29th, just one more. One more day to September. Um, one more day to September, and one more day till we have more new books on the shelf. If you can see, I've already made the room for all the new books for tomorrow. Um, partly because I was worried about how much space I would have and things were a mess, but also because they were doing construction in front of the store, and I thought that would mean no one came in. They finally finished the construction about 20 minutes ago, fixing up the floor, getting everything done. So we'll see if we get like a little bit of a crowd. But right now, I have an appointment. Hey, Mark, I have an appointment with Nora from Ben and Jerry's next door. I want to talk about an idea I had for the holiday season with her. Um, so hopefully she'll show up a little bit after 5, and even if we don't have a lot of sales, it'll be fine. Because right when I opened, when they were hard at work, there was a giant hole in the ground out there. Right when I opened, a bunch of customers who come in, every few months when they're in the area stopped in, and they shopped well. They obviously we were closed last Monday, so we're going to do better business than any other Monday. But we did a decent, for a Monday especially, a decent day. We are going to be closed Wednesday and Thursday this week, so any day being decent is a big help. I just put a package together to ship out that makes it more than decent. But again, that person might have, gotten his books later in the week any other time. So right now, what I really want to talk about is how much great stuff is out and how little we are actually talking about it. We have not sat down and really talked about how great graphic novels are in a while. Dream On is a new one by Shannon Hale. I thought Mercedes Caspeda, who does the art, did such amazing little bits of acting. These little hand gestures, the facial expressions, just perfect. And as always, Lark Peen, the coloring that Lark does always really adds a whole nother dimension to the books. I really enjoyed this. I've talked about it again a few times now. Absolutely adored this book by Ngozi. We have Jerome, we sold out of. Love that book. There are so many great graphic novels coming out, and the biggest problem I have currently, the biggest issue I have, is really taking a wild guess what people will want. Jerome, I knew a lot of people would want LGBT books for kids. I mean, so many. It really depends how LGBT you want and what kind of books you're looking for. Are you looking for books about gender discovery? Are you looking for books that are just cute little stories? Are you looking for books that are super philosophical about all aspects of life? Tegan and Sarah have a recent 2-book series Tilly Walden drew that deals with discovering your sexual identity. Tilly Walden, of course, has multiple books in that series. These are a bunch of her short stories. There's just tons of stuff out there in the market and that we stock. And this becomes the problem. We can stock so many of these things, but if I don't hand sell them, it has to be people hearing about them, people knowing about them. Best dystopian books? There's so many amazing dystopian books recently, in recent releases. Where did I just put it? If you want a really good dystopian release, we've got this one, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. There's just 3 periods in the apocalypse when the characters meet as children, when they're together in their 20s, and then when they re-meet again in their 50s, and that's incredible. But if you mean dystopian as about, our current world and the dystopian stuff, there's just so many options. This is why we don't do just a recommendation show, because I need to have people physically here so they can look through the book. If I'll show you one more just because it's standing right in front of me. We got Last Look, which starts off as a surrealist adventure about a guy who can't really remember things, and eventually, by the time you finish the book, turns out to be living in a bizarre dystopia that whatever is breaking his brain. One of the great things about comics is, well, 1984 has a graphic novel adaptation. It's not wonderful. One of the amazing things about comics is that you can take the same ideas. Did anyone ever see the movie? This is such a crazy callback. The movie Melinda and Melinda. It was actually Woody Allen, and it's 2 writers, basically, it's two writers, one's a playwright and one's a movie writer, talking about the same story. It could be a comedy or it could be a tragedy. It could be a drama. It could be a... Comics does that constantly. I could show you 2 or 3 books that are basically the same plot, but are totally, totally, totally different in the themes that they're saying and the ideas that they're putting forth. And it just really opens it up. It really opens it up to so many different options. Oh, sorry, we got a mess here that I want to get to. A book that makes you a wizard. Well, Witch Hat Atelier. Witch Hat Atelier, that's the best wizarding book out there right now. But yeah, this is something that it's a very interesting sentence. Why, if Calvin was just seeing him, would he not also be real? Both are possible. Anyway, we've stocked stuff like Drome, great example. I knew we'd sell a bunch of Drome, so I got a bunch of copies, but I didn't think we were going to sell Drome on the level of Brubaker and Phillips' new book or Brian K. Vaughan's new book, so I didn't get 20 copies like I did for those. Those, I still have plenty of copies. I've only sold less than a dozen of each. But Drome, I got less than 10. I knew 4 people definitely, and the rest we'll see. They're gone. And now I've read it, and I know exactly who it's for, and I can order more copies. But because of our holiday closures, I'm not going to rush to do that. I will try to restock it before the holidays, at least, so that we have it. Same with This Kills Me. We've already restocked this once. Terrific murder mystery book. Terrific murder mystery book. And I've got 1 copy left. I'm not going to be reordering until after the holidays, maybe not until the secular holidays, the Christmas time shopping. We'll see. But the big thing is that there's tons and tons and tons of great books coming out every week. We're in book season. So in previous years, these months were killer for me. I would get 2 or 3 dozen books. Sometimes I'd have 36, 40 books out in a new week because there's just so much coming out and no more. Like, we don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? We have like 15 books coming out, which is still quite a few, but it's nowhere near like I used to get, and that means that there's 24 books that we're not even stocking. People can ask me for them, I'll go order them. People can tell me they want them, we'll get them right away. People could write insanely amazing reviews and say how great something is, and I'll go look it up, and if I read a few pages, we'll stock it. Yeah, that is an issue that the kids want the PS5 for Christmas. Well, 2 graphic novels for each kid, unless you have more children than me. 2 graphic novels for each kid is going to cost you a hell of a lot less than a PS5. So keep that in mind. All right, tomorrow we will be back looking at everything that fills up this space. We're looking at all these books that I got stacked right over here. All this great stuff, including the next Nubia, which is really wonderful. Spider-Man Predator, which was really fun. We'll talk about those all tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed, etc., notified, blah, 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 so that you know when we're live. Mark, you got notified that I was live, dude? Because Joe's been saying he hasn't been getting notifications that I'm live. Anyway, Play-Doh's even cheaper than graphic novels, so you've got me there. All right, tomorrow, come see the new books. Until then, remember... Damn it, babies. You did get it. I'm going to talk to Joe. All right. I have to. Oh, yes. Remember, damn it, babies. You got to be kind.